From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. Amy Rose is on assignment, and this is what's going on. The Rapid City Council has passed the first reading of an ordinance that will require a majority vote for election of mayor and alderman. The ordinance, if it passes a second reading, would reinstate a runoff election if a candidate doesn't receive 50% plus one vote in the municipal election. In 2009, state law was changed so candidate receiving the most votes for municipal office is elected unless the municipality adopts an ordinance requiring that there be a runoff. This meant a candidate for office could be elected with less than a majority of all the votes cast for an office. After the change, Rapid City adopted an ordinance requiring a runoff election, but it was changed under Mayor Steve Allender in 2019. The council approved the first reading of the ordinance on a unanimous vote. A new road is being built east of Rapid City on the east side of Elkvale Road, south of the I-90 interchange. The Interstate 90, Exit 63 interchange reconstruction project is near Box Elder from Exit 61 to Westgate Road, including a section of Highway 1416. The South Dakota DOT is closing this access to construct a new road called Hotel Way. The road will connect the new Box Elder Event Center to the hotels on Cheyenne Boulevard, making it safer for people to access those hotels. The annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is 2 weeks away, and the Rapid City Disability Awareness and Accessibility Committee wants to remind motorcyclists and drivers to avoid parking in white or yellow striped areas beside accessible parking spaces meant for people with disabilities. These striped areas are crucial for van drivers and passengers who rely on wheelchair ramps to access the parking space. They also benefit people using manual wheelchairs, walkers, and crutches. These ramps extend out of the side of the van, providing enough space for those in wheelchairs to enter and exit safely. In national and international news, a target letter sent to Donald Trump suggests that a sprawling Justice Department investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 elections is zeroing in on him. Federal prosecutors have cast a wide net, asking witnesses in recent months about a chaotic White House meeting that included discussion of seizing voting machines and about lawyers' involvement in plans to block the transfer of power. They've also discussed with witnesses schemes by the Trump associates to enlist slates of Republican fake electors in battleground states won by Democrat Joe Biden, and interviewed state election officials who faced pressure over the election results. North Korea is staying silent about the detention of an American soldier who sprinted across the Korea's heavily fortified border as other members of his tour group looked on in shock. Some observers say the North was unlikely to repatriate him anytime soon, amid heightened tensions between the rivals. Private Second Class Travis King bolted into North Korea while on tour of the DMZ on Tuesday. That was a day after he was supposed to leave the country and travel to a base in the U.S. King was released from a South Korean prison earlier this month, not the first time he'd run into legal trouble in the country. King is the first known American held in North Korea in nearly 5 years. Russia unleashed an intense overnight drone and missile attack that officials say damaged critical port infrastructure in southern Ukraine, including grain and oil terminals, and wounded at least 12 people. The bombardment targeted the port city of Odessa, days after President Vladimir Putin blamed Ukraine for an attack on the crucial Kerch Bridge linking Russia with the Crimean Peninsula, which the Kremlin illegally annexed from Kyiv in 2014. Putin also pulled Moscow out of its participation in the Black Sea Grain Initiative, which enabled Ukraine's exports to reach many countries facing the threat of hunger. Russian emergency officials in Crimea, meanwhile, said more than 2,200 people were evacuated from 4 villages because of a fire at a military facility. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Partly cloudy and a little breezy today with a high of 83. Low tonight, 56. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.